tutorial, we will cover how to add users and set up roles in Perfect Care. To do this, you will need to go to Navigate, Administration, Users and Permissions. Here you will see System Roles. Administration gives that user rights to all functions within Perfect Care. Power User is the rights that came over when you were upgraded to a newer version of Perfect Care. These rights cannot be changed. You will need to add a new role and assign this to a user or any new users. To add a role, you would right-click under the Role section and do New Role. You will give the role a name and then a description, and click Next. This screen will show you all the different sections of Perfect Care. You have your main screens, codes, data and preferences, reports, and utilities and functions. Within each of these, you have additional options. As here in main screens, you see each of your Perfect Care screens, and then what you are able to access within each screen. If you check the box next to main screens, it gives the user rights to everything in each of these tabs. Then within each tab, you can take away rights. So if you want the user not to be able to build schedules or modify appointment tracking, but to be able to schedule appointments and view schedules, you will leave those two checked. In the charge screen, we will remove deleting a charge or modifying a charge, but they can still add charges and view charges. You will continue to do this for each screen, leaving the ones checked that you want the user to have access to. In codes and data and preferences, the same thing applies. And then under Reports, you will see each section of the Reports tab, and you can change rights also. Utilities and functions, we will not give the receptionist rights to, so we will leave that one blank. Clicking Next takes you to where you can add a role to an already assigned user. By clicking Add, you will see each of your users within Perfect Care that are already available. You can assign roles based on locations, or you can allow the user to have access to all locations, which is what you see here. To only give this user access to a specific location, you will check I want to select the location and uncheck the locations you do not want them to have access to. Once you've selected your users and what locations you want them to have access to, you will click OK. At any time that you would like to change their access to specific locations, you can do so by clicking next to their name, selecting your practice and then the locations within. Finish will save this role. If you need to make changes, right-click on the user's name and click Open. This will take you to the role membership, and that time you can add or remove a specific role or make changes to the location they have access to. You can also right-click on the user and reset their password. To add a new user, right-click in the User section and do New User. The login name is the name they will use to access Perfect Care. Their username is their full name. Password will be what the password is you would like to originally assign. And then you want to confirm the password. You can also set an expiration date for the user or an expiration date for the password. and also force a password change when the user goes to log in for the first time. The next section is where you will assign a role. When you click Add, you will see your roles that are available. And again, at that time, you can select where she will have access to, which locations, which practice, if you'd like to change that. And then OK. And Finish will save that user. If you would like to delete a user, you would select that user. Under Users and Permissions, you would select Disable. To see any users that have been disabled, go to Users and Permissions, Show Disabled Items, and you will see the disabled user. To make them back available to use Perfect Care, you will select them, go to Users and Permissions, and re-enable them. This concludes the tutorial on how to add a user and set up roles within Perfect Care. If you have any questions, please forward them to questions@ncgmedical.com or call our support line at 1-800-330-1906. Thank you for watching.